No, no, I'm running with the band, no, I can't go. Yeah. Thought I heard something. We ain't talking about the band, they don't say nothing. Yeah. What the cost me? The way I'm stepping on his ass like I'm head hunting. Run just a brand bad thing. We brand hunting in the badlands like a coat. I ain't saying nothing. I'm in the badlands. This in a hashtag. Coward most I see through a cash can. I'm beating niggas up all black.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Anything Goes TV 817. I'm your host, David.
And I'm Nino.
And that was All the Don, his latest single. Make sure you go out and get it. Shout out to Clint. My main man, Bruce, Luther, Mark, Axe, Julian, everybody, all of our listeners on the East Coast, everybody in California, our friends in Houston, Oklahoma, thank you for listening, especially our lovely ladies, Tammy, Brandy, Kiara, Kennedy, Carnella, Amy, Peaches, Kayla, and all the other ladies and listeners who follow us. Thank you very much. We love you. Today, we're talking about Kyrie Irving. You know, they're going to the championship against Boston. The Mavericks are going against Boston in the championship. But not so long ago, Kyrie was a villain to everybody just because he tweeted out something for everybody to go watch or to check out. Only a tweet. And that was it. He told them, hey, I believe it was something about from Hebrews to Negroes or something like that. And everybody turned against him. And then they got mad at him about he didn't want to take the shot. And he was just the worst person it is. He was no longer a good basketball player. He was a terrible human being because he stood on principle. He did not want to take the shot for whatever reasons. And he lost money behind it. But he showed that he had conviction and he stood on principle, which is to be admired. But everybody turned on him. And now, everybody wants to be his friend and praising him again. Except for one person, Charles Barkley. And we'll talk about it in a moment. But Nino, what do you think about this whole situation with Kyrie Irving? From villain to hero, what's going on?
I mean, it's just crazy. Like you say, a couple years ago, this man was a mole. I mean, NBA most hated. I mean, this couldn't stand it. And we also forgot now, they also criticized him for his belief in his practice with Ramadan too. But anyway, now he was most hated. Now, he's beloved. But, you know, I will say this too, Kyrie has grown up and matured a lot too. And even to his saying, his culture is better. He's finally got behind a team that gets behind him. He loves them. He's down for them. He'll stand up for them, and they'll do the same. So that's what it is. Also, now they winning, and he's on a team with possibly Luka Doncic, one of the most dynamic dudes that's possibly in the games now. So that goes a big step too. But like I say, it's just weird how a couple years ago this man was a mole. Now, when you hit the internet, social media, it's Kyrie Andrew Irving.
Well, I hate the narrative that they try to push that he grown up a lot. They want to push that narrative to make it look like, oh, they won something in this deal with him. And he stood on his conviction and hadn't changed one bit and hadn't wavered. Now, I don't know what they mean grown up a lot. He stood on what he said and what he believed. He never took the shot. And that was one of the big things. And I've noticed on Inside the NBA, when Kenny Smith and everybody else, you know, gave somewhat of an apology or whatever to Kyrie Irving, you know, a man that stood on what he believed in, his principles, you know, stuff we teach our children. And Charles Barkley, such a bitter person, still want to double down on him. I was waiting to I got the booster and all it is. You know, man, listen. It takes a man to admit when he was wrong.
Absolutely.
And we see Charles Barkley is not that. Because even when everybody owe this man an apology and admire him for standing up for what he believes in, you still want to stand on wrong. You wants to be the person that keep up with the Joneses, do what other folks do, even if it's something that you don't believe in. Let me just do what the latest thing is. I'm gonna follow the crowd.
Mm-hmm. Can I say this, David?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Even that this guy I used to hate, but I got applauded. Even Stephen Anthony Smith apologized to him. He apologized to him. So I just want to say that.
Well, I just let you know. He had no choice. Yeah, Mr. Stephen A. Smith. You did all of that talking, and I remember you ended up getting sick and went on the air sick and was gone for a while, and you got both shots, you see. So, you know, you were one person that was the main voice against him. You led the charge. So, really, your apology falls on deaf ears because you were a person that tried to destroy the man.
Tried to destroy him. Today he should retire.
Yeah, he said he should retire, everything. You should feel ashamed of yourself. The way you run your mouth about people who stand up for their rights.
Absolutely.
Just because you didn't agree with it or whatever. But anyway, now Kyrie Irving is going to the championship.
Yes, sir.
He's down and he's playing for Dallas and seemed like everything is okay. And I'll tell you one reason why things are okay. They don't ask him all those controversial questions anymore.
Yes, sir.
And they noticed, let's give a shout out to IUIC and Bishop Nathaniel, because if it wasn't for the Bishop, Nathaniel, and IUIC, no telling what would have happened to Kyrie Irving. So let's just keep that straight.
Yeah.
And if no one knows about it, go on YouTube and look at the videos. They had something planned for Kyrie Irving, but someone planned better.
Yes, sir.
So he owed them a great gratitude. He owed them that, because if it wasn't for IUIC, we wouldn't be watching the greatness of Kyrie Irving right now.
Yes, sir.
This is David.
And I'm Nino.
Tune in again to another episode of Anything Goes TV 817.